plugging the phone in. There we go. Hopefully my phone won't overheat.
Put it in airplane mode if you can.
I can't. Airplane mode disables internet. But I will put it in do not disturb if I can. Do not disturb. There we go. GR says H. Spikosaurus says hello. Let's go. Dogson's here. Hey, Dogson, we got Dogson here. There we go. Yo, what's up? How's it going, me? Oh, it's going okay. Bit of a long day trying to figure things out. Testing new prints and all of that. Well, I say new prints. A little bit of a sneak peek as to what I've been doing today. I've been trying to figure out the RubberSaurs Giga legs, the Giganotosaurus, because we've had that in the making for like 3 or 4 years now, since Dominion. And all the bodies have been cast, so we've got the hard parts out of the way. All the rubber bodies have been made. So it's just a case of redesigning the legs because they weren't fitting properly. Because when I first designed that, I was pretty new to 3D modeling in general, and there's some things I want to fix before we actually make the final version, and that includes the legs. I'm printing a test print right now for the legs. Hopefully they fit. This is the 3rd test today. And fingers crossed it works, because it's a lot of material wasted if it doesn't. But once the legs fit, the arms fit, which is fine. I just need to redo a bit of the head, the way the jaw hinge articulates, and who knows, if it works well, maybe we can retool that for a potential Hammond Collection Giga head replacement, but we'll see. We'll have to see about that. Hello, Big Rock Studio says hi. Hello. Got 26 people. Oh, 31 people. Well, that jumped. Okay, so the plan today is to paint these like this. This is one I made earlier. So as you can see, all the stripes are missing. So I need to do all the stripes on the back and on the tail and on the face as well. I've got 10 of these to do. They take quite a while. In total, there's 30 Raptors. 20 will be sold. The other 10 will go to influencers and or Patreon, depending. So yeah. So the first thing to do is mix the color in here. This is one of our plates, color mixing plates. This is the color I used before. I left a bit of it there so I can color match it real quick. I'm going to be using paint brushes, not airbrushes. This is my new airbrush. With this, I did the counter shading and the darker sort of color over the top. This looks like it didn't take much time. It certainly is quicker than brushing by hand, but this is just a third, if not less, than the limbs and stuff. We sprayed a darker color on the front of the legs, and Sora painted all the claws in, including the dew claws, of course. And do I have an arm here? Yeah, I've got an arm here. And painted a darker color on the arm too, with the claws painted as well. Once I've done all the stripes here, I need to do the stripes on these and the arms as well. So this is going to take forever. It's so much work, guys. So this is how it should look in the end. Right? You got all the stripes everywhere, on the legs as well, and on the arms. This is, I painted this before I had an airbrush, by the way, so I just painted all this with just normal paintbrushes. But yeah, after we've done the stripes, then I have to paint the inside of the mouth, including the teeth, and then the eyes, and then lacquer everything. It's a lot of work. This Velociraptor looks like a Hammond Collection Raptor. Well, I hope it looks better than the Hammond Collection one. Certainly doesn't have fat hips like that one, and it's definitely got a better jaw hinge than a Hammond Collection one. Not to toot my own horn, but it's not that much difficult. It's not that difficult. Okay, so let me get these out of the way. What you see on screen is nothing compared to what we have lying around. 30 of these things, there's so many. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mix the color, and I'm going to be answering some questions if you guys have any. These are some of the paints I use. And that one. Okay, I'm going to sit down. I might be able to read some questions here on my other computer.
Oh, I can read them out.
Yeah? Okay, Sora's here, she can read them out for me. Okay.
Somehow Bradley's going to be producing RubberSaurs Raptors, and the answer is no.
Bradley's not making Raptors, at least at the moment, because I'm doing them. Also, what we do involves molding and casting, which is something that Bradley and Nate aren't doing just yet. All these bodies here have been molded and casted out of rubber, which is extra work, but at least it's much nicer than any 3D printed material. This rubber here is indestructible pretty much, which is great. Oh, excuse me. Okay, we've got some colors here. Let's mix them together with abundant water.
Tyler said he just finished streaming himself.
Oh, hello, Tyler. Gosh, I'm feeling tired already. I can't imagine how I'm going to feel after the stream ends.
Make you a cup of tea.
Make me a cup of tea, yeah, that'd be nice. Oh, oops, that's a bit too much white. Let's put some more black in there.
Someone asks, how do you stay consistent with paint mixtures when eyeballing the amounts?
Literally eyeballing amounts. I guess it comes with experience. I've been doing this forever, really. So I'd like to think that I know how to be consistent. Is this all right? It's a bit too dark. It looks about the same as before. That's the old one. This is a new one. Maybe a tiny bit more white. Just a little bit. Like that. And a bit more red as well. There we go.
Someone asked if we're going to make a RubberSaurs D-Rex one day.
No, I'm not making a RubberSaurs D-Rex. Even if I wanted to, I can't because of copyright issues. We can make dinosaurs because you can't copyright dinosaurs, real ones. But D-Rex, which is why film companies, Universal and stuff, have been pushing to do more original designs now so they can copyright them. Like the D-Rex, like Indominus Rex, like Indoraptor. Even giving dinosaurs names help them copyright them, like Velociraptor Blue. That's copyrighted, her design. But things like Velociraptor, generic Velociraptor, like from Jurassic Park 3 and stuff. They can't really copyright a real animal. Okay, right, so I've got a paintbrush. We're gonna need a couple of different ones. Is this gonna be all right? I'm gonna try a different bunch. So we want a brush that is wide enough to do the stripes on the tail, then a brush that is just about right for these stripes on the back, and then another one for the face, for the snout. Maybe this one? That might work. It might still be a bit big. Maybe that one. This might be a bit too small. Let's try this one first and see how it goes. I've got my brushes here. There we go. I've also got some paper towel over there, kitchen roll or whatever you want to call it, in case I need to dry my brush a little bit. Okay, let's move this out of the way. I have the paintbrushes there. And let's try and sort of match this as close as we can. I do that. I always start with the tip of the tail. I use my fingers to dab a bit of the color away, just to blend it in a bit. And I do that. Another stripe there, another one there, and one there. Sometimes I miscount, but that's the beauty of hand-painted things. They're not consistent. It adds a bit more variation, a bit more uniqueness to your work if it's not like 100% identical to the rest of them.
Bradley's here.
Oh, hello, Bradley. Everyone say hello to Bradley. If you don't know who Bradley is, I'm ashamed that you don't know. Or you should be ashamed. I'm kidding. He's a great artist, and he helps make the RubberSaurs. He recently just released the latest RubberSaurs, including the bag of compies, which he's making more of right now, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so when I'm painting the stripes, I make sure I go a little bit over the spine. I'm doing half a figure first, and then the other half later. I always make sure I put a little bit of paint over the edge, so when I turn it around, I can match the stripes on the other side. I always try and make sure not to touch the existing paint as much, like the counter shading, because I don't want that to rub off before I lacquer it. Okay, so now we've done that striping, we can do the body striping. It goes all over the neck like that. And I also add a tiny bit here by the ear and to blend it in a bit. It's a bit too watery actually. I should grab a bit of this. Any other questions?
Someone asking how do you order the big owl heads, but that's Nate.
Yeah, how do you order the big owl replacement heads? They are available on Nate's Etsy store. I don't know if they're currently in stock or not, but if you follow his store, he should restock them every once in a while. I can't really put a link in the description right now, but if you find the Big Owl replacement head video, in the description there should be links to his store and social media and channel and everything. Okay, so now we got these stripes. Now it's time to do the ones on the head. I start like that.
Someone asked how did you get around the licensing issues with like Ghost and other named.
Well, the thing about that is that legally you are allowed to do a very, very limited run of things. As long as it like doesn't affect any like Universal's income or whatever. So I just did what was it, like 5 of them, just so we wouldn't get into any kind of trouble. Also, we marketed them as just ARTEZA Raptor as well, so that probably helped a little. But yeah, I'm not doing those again.
Marton.
Oh, Marton, hello.
So excited for this wave of RubberSaurs.
Yeah, I bet you are. There we go. And then I do one here as well. Gosh, I'm not doing a very good job today. I just started. I should give myself a little bit of
warm up.
Yeah, I need to warm up a little bit. There we go.
Brent says he managed to get a bag of compies.
Hey, congratulations, Brent. To those worried about not getting any bag of compies, don't worry. Bradley's making more, from what I know. I'm painting the eye socket right now. It doesn't matter if the paint goes in the eye, because we're going to be painting over that eventually. Okay, so I'm going to paint a couple of scoots or scales here on the lips. There's 2 here behind this one on the eye, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like that. I also do a little bit of dry brushing here on the snout, just to make the tip of the snout a little darker. Very subtle, like that. Oh, I just rubbed off one of the little darker stripes on the scales. There we go. So that's one side done. Now I have to do the other. It's odd not having music on right now.
I can put the live stream music on my laptop.
We could, but I struggle to concentrate when I have to talk and listen to music at the same time.
That's okay. Mooney asks, how you doing, Bubba?
Oh, hello. Hello, Mooney. Yeah, I'm doing good. Just a little tired. But aren't we all a bit tired at the end of the day? How are you doing? So, I'm not sure if you're aware, guys, but if you've been following me for quite a bit, I'm a big fan of sticker albums and stuff, especially for Jurassic. And Panini, which is a company, it's an Italian company that makes the sticker albums. If you search for Jurassic on their website, nothing really shows up. And there was rumors that they lost the license for Jurassic as well, so I was really upset. We didn't get any news lately about any Jurassic World Rebirth sticker albums or something like that. But recently, some pictures have been going around. I don't know if they're really, like, they look official and everything, but I haven't seen Panini advertise it yet anywhere. But it seems like they're going to do a trading card collection, which isn't a sticker album, but I'm still probably going to do it if they do end up making it. Because, you know, I really like collecting cards, but stickers mostly. But what I find really fascinating is, from the couple of pictures that they released, I've been circulating, I should say. There's a couple of renders for the dinosaurs in Rebirth that we've not seen before, and they're renders of the actual CGI models used in the film. And you know me, I love some official renders of the models used in the film, especially for style guides and stuff, and reference and stuff like that. So I'm really excited about that. I saw a couple of pictures of the T-Rex with the updated film model, and it looks beautiful. And the Spinosaurus, the new ones with the crests on the head. Because I think the first renders, or they weren't renders, they were like drawings. Were those of the Spinosaurs without the crest on the snout, on the head. But yeah, I've been talking to a bunch of people in the community, including Ethan, the paleontologist, and we all kind of agree that it seems like the filmmakers have been listening to the critiques about the dinosaur designs from the first trailer, I think, or something else, or other material, and they've been tweaking the designs a tiny bit, because the maquette, there was a picture of the T-Rex maquette bust that they used for lighting reference in the film. Someone shared a picture of that one somewhere. I've got a squeaky chair. And you can see that there's very slight differences in the shape in general, and the Spinosaurus doesn't have the crest on its head, because there was a Spinosaurus maquette picture shown off in the little featurette kind of making of bit of the film, of the marketing. And yeah, they look slightly different. And the original, and the Mattel Spinosaurus, Rebirth Spinosaurus, and the Lab Lockdown T-Rex are the exact same models used for those maquettes. Exactly the same. I went in detail to have a good look at them, studied them really well, and they are the exact same models. So, which is nice, because it means that Mattel have been using some actual official CGI models that are used in the production of the movies for their toys, which is what they should be doing for the Hammond collection, really. But yeah, it's just the heads, not the bodies. And the Spinosaurus doesn't have the little crest on top of the head, but they added that in the final version. And the neck seemed really short on the first version of the Spinosaurus, but on the film version it seems a tiny bit longer. So Ethan and I and a couple other people believe that they tweaked a bit of the designs, just a tiny little bit. Okay, so that's one of the 10 done. This looks all right, I think. And we can move on to the next. Yeah, what's the question?
In your opinion, Marco, which Jurassic Park / World dinosaur figure has the best coloration? Either Ken or Hasbro, Mattel, whichever.
Oh my goodness, what a question. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to search through my knowledge in my head. Coloration. Well, I really like the coloration of the Pachyrhinosaurus from the 2009 Jurassic Park Dinosaurs line by Hasbro, the ones that David Silver sculpted. That was before Beasts of the Mesozoic times. I really like that one, but there's just some colorations for the like Jurassic Park 3 Hasbro line, the React Attack ones, that are just so appealing. They're just so pretty, man, aren't they? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? There's some of them that are just gorgeous. Like the, I don't remember what it's called. Dogson, you'll definitely know, but the green T-Rex with the orange head. Not orange head. It's not the Kenner one, the Hasbro one. It's not the bull T-Rex remade by Hasbro with the Kenner mod sculpt. It's the Hasbro one for the React Attack line, I think. It's like green with brown stripes, and it's got a bit of orange on the head. That's a really nice one. The Camo Extreme T-Rex as well, and the Spinosaur. Oh my god, all of those were really, really good looking. And they were Hasbro before they went bad. Like we all talk badly about Hasbro, but they were going through a bit of a tough time in 2010s, 2015, around that time when they had the Jurassic World license, and they fumbled the Marvel stuff as well. That stuff was awful. So they get a
Dobson said it was the Battle Growlers 2009. Right?
Battle Growl, yeah, probably that one. Yeah, I think that's what it was. But Hasbro's been doing much, much better lately. Really, especially for the Star Wars line, man. They've been using the actual ILM CGI models for a lot of their creatures and stuff. And they look wonderful, and I wish Mattel did that too. Like, use the full CGI model for collectors' lines and actually paint their figures a bit better as well. I just wish Mattel did that. And it's funny that Hasbro's doing a good job now. But I should be careful about mentioning Hasbro, because I honestly think if they had the Jurassic Park license right now, they would be doing some great stuff. Just like the Star Wars retro lines and stuff. Hasbro have been re-releasing Kenner stuff under the name Kenner, with the same sculpts and everything, with retro packaging. Can you imagine if they still had the Jurassic Park license and had that team work on Jurassic? They'd be re-releasing all the Kenner stuff again with the same sculpts and same paint and same everything. That's literally what's happening right now with the Star Wars line. Other colorations. I like the Mattel Albertosaurus, the blue one, the light blue one, which I think was only in Canada or something like that. It never showed up here, unfortunately. I wish it did. I like that one. And coloration again. This isn't like made up colors. It's the way the Hammond collection Giganotosaurus is painted is just beautiful. I think it's painted so well. Which is mad if you compare the Giga to the new Buck that they made, or the Bull T-Rex, or whatever they're calling it, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. They're like chalk and cheese. They're just completely different quality-wise for the paint. The Giganotosaurus is so superior paint-wise. But well, I'll see that in person eventually. From what I can see from pictures, at least. Okay, so that's one side done. Let's do the other.
I've had all the questions have all gotten buried now. People have been chatting away. There is like 50 people here.
There's 50 people, man. Thank you for joining.
Oh, Mooney said he was painting his buck.
Hey. How's it going? If you need any tips, I'm happy to help.
You're getting lots of lovely compliments saying people love you. And
Oh.
every now and again it pops up.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. I was expecting, no, how dare you talk about Hasbro in a positive way? How dare you this? Oh, Mrs. The cat's meowing.
She's awake.
Yep. the beast.
Someone asked if you would ever be interested in making a revamped buck/ball T-Rex head that's 1-to-1.
1-to-1 to what?
A T-Rex, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but to what? Like scientifically accurate T-Rex, or the animatronic, or the CGI model? Which 1-to-1 to what? Or in scale?
YouTube just kicked me out of the live stream. Give me a second.
Oh,
Thank you, YouTube.
I hope the stream didn't end. No, it's still going.
No, it didn't. It was YouTube just decided that I was no longer part of the chat.
Oh, okay. Thanks, YouTube. Kicking out a moderator.
Yeah. Lorana wishes us both a good day.
Oh, thank you. You too. Gosh, I'm not painting well today.
Brent asks, how often do you get overwhelmed with too many projects?
Oh, all the time, Brent. Every day. I've got a list of things to do, and I just don't want to open it because I know I'll just go, oh my god. We still have the Tuarangisaurus to release.
God, yeah. They're in a drawer.
They've been sitting in there for quite a while. The Prehistoric Planet Tuarangisaurs that my friend Kevin printed and painted, I should say. They're just sitting in a box.
We need to do those as well.
Yeah, but it's just knowing that we can't sell to Europe.
I know.
It's just making us not want to sell anything because we just can't sell anything anywhere. Especially now that the tariffs are happening as well. We can't sell to Europe because of the GPSR law. We can't sell to, you know, Russia and those places for obvious reasons. We can't sell to the US because of the tariffs. I mean, we could sell them, but we would lose money. We wouldn't make any money at all. We'd lose it. So what's the point? We can't afford to give stuff out for free. It's like this world is just attacking artists for just existing.
Someone asked if you were gonna make a RubberSaurs
um, I'm not planning to.
Very expensive.
Yeah, be very expensive, and the Mattel one's pretty good too. So I don't see a reason to make that. The RubberSaurs started before Mattel did any rubber figures, and I just, in my mind, I just I wouldn't want to tackle the ones that they made successfully, because people just want to buy the Mattel one instead because it's pretty decent. There's no point in me making them, if that makes sense.
Someone asks, are you planning to make Lost World and JP3 Raptor variants?
Yes.
Eventually.
Yeah.
We're getting to them.
Yeah. So my plan originally was to do, I'm going to call them Series 1 for Jurassic Park, Series 2 for The Lost World, Series 3 for Jurassic Park 3 and all of that. I was going to, when I first started the RubberSaurs, wait, have I painted both sides? Yeah. When I first started the RubberSaurs, my plan was to do a run of Series 1, then Series 2, and then Series 3, and then tackle other ones. But I did the first Series 1 and then Series 2, and I thought, you know what? I can do better than this. I just wasn't happy with the ones I made already. So I thought, because the Series 3 of Jurassic Park 3 Raptors are my favorite Raptors ever. They're just gorgeous. And I thought, if I want to do those, I want to do them properly. I don't want to rush them. And I did a couple of prototypes. I was somewhat happy with them, but I thought, you know what? I could do the Series 1 and 2 ones better now because I've learned a few more skills and I've gotten a little bit better in time, I'd like to think. And I thought, you know what, let's just redo Series 1 and Series 2 with my new skills. And then do Series 3 properly. So this is what we're doing. This is Series 1, then if everything goes well, we'll do Series 2, and then we'll finally do Series 3 when we get to it. The good thing about these Raptors is that they all share the same body shape, the same sculpt, right? So so far we've got 2 silicon molds made of the same sculpt. Series 1 and Series 2 are the same exact sculpt. They've got no difference at all. It's just the coloration that is different. So this should speed things up for when we make Series 2, because it's already sculpted. We've already got molds for them. And then Series 3, it just means that I have to make new heads for them. I might as well do some different arms, just for a little bit of variation of them. Because I don't know if you remember, guys, but remember the turntables that were on the DVD extras of Jurassic Park 3? The Raptors always had like their arms stretched out a little bit. I think I actually have one sculpted here already somewhere to compare with these ones I've done. So it'd be nice to sort of have the arms look a little bit more stretched out for the Series 3 ones, just as a little like reference or ode to those turntables that I used to watch on repeat all the time as a kid. I'm not obsessed at all. Let me see if I've got one of those. If I've got those extra bits somewhere. Oh, look what I found.
God damn it. How long did we spend looking for that? Like a day ago?
Okay, well, it's not there. Well, I didn't find what I was looking for, but I did find this though. This is the master pattern for these RubberSaurs Raptors. These are what we molded and casted to make these. As you can see, they're separate pieces. So you can insert the articulation parts properly. Yeah, this is the real thing, the original thing that we molded to cast these out of. We have the mold somewhere as well. I might as well show you. Okay, so these are the molds that Sora made. Silicon molds. Oh, I just grabbed 2 halves, 2 of the same halves, I think, for the small one. But yeah, they're 2-part molds. This is for the tummy part. I just grabbed the same parts. So we got 2 molds of each. But yeah.
Comparison of the old one and the new one.
Yeah.
See how much it's discolored.
And this is what the mold looks like. Still got some bits in it, but yeah, it looks like that. All these little holes are bleeder holes, so air doesn't get trapped in the cast. I'll explain a lot more of all of this in depth when I eventually release the RubberSaurs Raptor video. That's gonna be, I'm gonna go in depth with how we made these. Just looking for the extra pieces.
Extra pieces.
like the cup with the extra limbs and stuff that I printed. Yeah, I don't know where I put that.
I don't know where I'll spare live. Have you not painted most of them now?
I have, but I have also a bunch that I haven't painted. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I just wanted to show them that I did some stretched out arms as well, not just.
Oh, no, those ones went to Graham.
No, I made. There were extra ones.
Oh, okay.
Never mind, guys. When I find them, I'll hope to remember to show you. But yeah, let's carry on painting. What am I supposed to be doing here? Yeah, right. Are there any questions? I've been doing a lot of talking.
Just 2 seconds, I'm replying to Adam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a couple of people, Tyler and Brent, have asked about the prehistoric planet. Is it the polar ones, whatever it's called, the new teasers thing?
Oh right, the Ice Age one.
Yeah, that's it.
What about it?
What's your thoughts on it?
Oh well, it's exciting. I assumed they would do Jurassic and Triassic before they moved on to that stuff.
Yeah. That would have been logical to me.
Yeah, that would have been logical to do. But, you know, it looks great. It looks really good. But yes, I would have done things a little differently. But I'm guessing they're getting the really popular things out of the way before they move to less popular things. Man, just why I really liked Walking with Dinosaurs, the original one, because they just went for it. They started chronologically and just went for it. They didn't care about budget. They went over budget by so much, but they didn't care. It was just a labor of love, and it paid off. It really did.
Someone asked, what was your favourite of the RubberSaurs you've made?
Well, my favourite of the RubberSaurs I made, I don't think I have any favourites. I don't I don't look at my work and go, oh yeah, that was a good one, you know. I always look at it and go, oh, but I could improve that, I could improve this.
I think that's just the fate of all artists.
Yeah.
You just can't look at anything you've made.
Yeah, and I don't have any of my RubberSaurs displayed anywhere. They're just tucked away, except for the really small ones.
Yeah, they're the only ones we really display them.
Yeah.
To be fair, we don't exactly have a lot of space.
Yeah, no, it's mostly because if we stored them somewhere, we'd lose them.
Yeah, you have to keep an eye on them.
Yeah. But my favorite, I'd say T-Rex, but it really isn't. It really isn't. I don't like it.
You made like a Barry.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
You made Compies, Microceratops, Pachycephalosaurs. They were pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know. Pachycephalosaurs could have been better. The ones that I make, I always look at going, oh, it could have been better. But the ones that like Bradley and Nate make, I always tend to like a bit more because it's not just me doing them. If you know what I mean. I like it when I see other people doing good stuff. You know.
I will say, Mooney has said, don't make me and Sora beat it into you that both your works are insane.
Oh. Well.
That was another question I got a bit buried.
I think honestly, I think I might have a favorite RubberSaur, but that's purely because of one aspect and none of the others. So the one that I enjoy the most is an unreleased one. It's the Ceratosaurus. Now, why is that one my favorite? It's because it just feels amazing to hold. Unfortunately, it does have loads and loads of issues because it's fully 3D printed. It's when I thought that I could just 3D print the rubber, which didn't work. Doesn't work for bigger figures. It's just not good enough. Resistance wise, not resistance. What's the word? It's not durable enough, and you can't really paint it very well. It works for the small things, like the rubber, like the like the RubberSaurs, like the Compies and the Microceratus. Those are 3D printed with rubbery, flexible materials, and that works because you're not posing them and all of that. But once they have some sort of articulation involved, it starts to get tricky. Super glue doesn't like to glue the parts together, so if I was to do this, actually this is 3D printed. This is 3D printed using flexible resins. Look how slow it is for it to return in its original shape compared to this one. This one like boing bounces back, but this takes like half an hour to get back to the original shape. And once if it stays bent for long enough, it'll start cracking, which is the main problem I've had with the Ceratosaurus. Also, it's incredibly difficult to pigment, and paint tends to peel off of this type of flexible resin, which doesn't tend to do it on the smaller RubberSaurs because, again, you don't tend to flex them much and stuff like that. And they're easier to pigment, the smaller things, but once you go with something like this, it's much, much harder. But I'll show you the Ceratosaurus anyway. I think it's mainly my favorite because of how easy it is to put together, and the way the jaw hinge works. Everything just fit in first time round. I didn't have to do any test prints. It just all fit together perfectly, and it just works, you know. It just poses nicely. But again, this is painted, it's not pigmented, so if I start bending it a bit, you can see the paint cracking there, and all that cracked and starts cracking as well. Look, there we go. But it feels like a Kenner figure. It feels just like that, and I wish I could mold and cast this to make it properly durable. But molding and casting things to be hollow is incredibly difficult, and dare I say impossible if you live in a tiny flat where we live. The only way we can do them is if we outsource someone to mold it and cast it. We have a friend, Nathaniel. He works in the film industry. He's one of the most talented mold makers I have ever had the pleasure to meet. He has worked on Dominion, so if we get him to work on something, that means that you'd be getting something from someone that actually helped make the movies, the official Jurassic movies. He's offered to help last year, I guess. Was it last year? To help us with the molding and stuff, but he's just so incredibly busy, and I know his worth, and he's worth a lot of time and money, which we don't have. I just like respect him a bit too much to ask him to be part of the RubberSaurs, if that makes sense. It doesn't make sense.
Got a lot of compliments on it. Everyone says it's very, very good, very pretty.
Oh, what, the Ceratosaur?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I guess that one's my favorite, just because I'm happy with how I designed it. The way everything slots together is really satisfying. Yeah.
Yeah, people being like, some people are asking, do you still plan to release it eventually?
Oh yeah, I'd love to really. I want to release all of them. I don't think you guys know how much I want to do this stuff. This is my passion project. I want this to happen. But it's just whatever step forward we take in wanting to make them, something in the world happens to sort of push us back another couple of steps behind. Like, oh yeah, we finally managed to get a house, or get a house, to rent a flat now, somewhere we can live. That means we can start making rubber saws again. Oh, sorry, no, actually you can't because of the GPSR law and the tariffs in the US. Oh, okay, well, thanks. And last time we we're like, oh yeah, we can make rubber saws again, and then we became homeless. You know, there's always something in life that stops you from doing these things. Something that is just completely out of your control, and it's just really depressing when it happens. But it's not stopped us now yet, and we'll just keep going. I want to make everything. I want to make them all. I want to make all the dinosaurs. However, I will say that we're in talks with other people that might be able to help us out. And it's just trying to figure out how we can all work together and stuff, and teaching each other skills and all of that. But it all depends on the future, really.
Someone is being very rude and is now muted.
Oh dear.
Lots of inappropriate words, shall we say.
Oh, are they angry because of something I said?
They're angry because I deleted one of their comments because it was inappropriate.
Well,
so
don't comment anything inappropriate. Just
they're in mute for 10 minutes.
follow the example of the nice people, and you won't get muted, right?
Yeah, don't be rude.
Everyone, be like Brent.
At the end of the day, you can only answer so many questions so quickly, you know. Like, I get to everybody slowly, you know. But this person was being impatient and rude, so they got muted.
You know what?
Right, going back to the nice people. Brent asks, do you like your new airbrush?
Do I like my new airbrush? That's a good question. I do and I don't. I used airbrushes before, and I only experienced the positives when I tried them before, and I still didn't enjoy it that much because I guess I'm not too familiar with. I like tactile, like brushing, because I can feel the brush and control it a bit better. But with spraying, you know, I thought I didn't like it, but then I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna try again. And I've conquered. I'd like to say I've conquered the brushing, the airbrushing aspect of it, the actual spraying aspect of it. But my goodness, it gets clogged so easily, and it takes so long to fix and unclog it and clean it, and it just requires so much maintenance that I don't really have the patience for. But I'm trying to force myself to be a bit more patient towards tools and myself. I don't really have much patience towards myself. If I can't learn something quick enough, I always go, well, damn it, you could do better than this. And get really frustrated, but this time I'm trying not to. It's really difficult. But yeah, it's worked successfully on the Spinosaurus counter shading that I added to my Mattel Spinosaurus. That was my first test. That worked brilliantly. And then when I started doing the counter shading for these, it just kept clogging every 10 seconds or so, and that meant taking it to the sink, trying to clean it up and unclogging it. And it just wasted so much time that I could just have used. It would have taken less time to paint it by hand, you know, but at the end of the day, spraying these colors underneath does look better than hand painted than, well, it is still hand painted, but with traditional brushes. So I forced myself to carry on, and I overcame that problem, and I've somewhat learnt how to deal with clogging issues, and that's how you learn. You just keep going until you figure it out, and you don't give up. No matter how frustrating something might be, no matter how much you just want to throw it to the floor and stamp on it, stomp on it, it's all worth it in the end if you can master it. Same goes for any skill. Okay, is this one done? Yeah, this looks all right. Put the tip there we go. So how many have we done? 4. Oh, wait a minute, I haven't done one side of the head. Guys, you're distracting me. I'm just kidding.
Tyler and a few other people brought up they can't wait to see hadrosaurs and ceratopsians.
Oh, yeah.
This person in particular would love to see a Edmontosaur. Tyler brought up, what was it? Oh, where's it gone? I think it was Stegoparantrike.
Yeah.
That's what it said.
Where's the Triceratops right now?
The one that Rod printed us.
Yeah.
In the box with all the RubberSaurs stuff.
Oh, right. Do you fancy grabbing it?
Grab it?
Yeah. We do have a RubberSaurs Triceratops.
It's just lived in a box for like 3 years.
Yeah, and it's printed out of resin, so it's with like normal resin. It's not flexible. It's literally the master pattern that we need to mold. So it's just sitting there ready, good to go. I think the only change I want to do is add jaw articulation, because I didn't back then. But that's all right, because the heads would be 3D printed probably anyway.
Mess, but...
Okay, so that's the body. Oh, and it's bigger than the Hammond collection one by far. But yeah, that's the head sculpt. That's the body. But the cool thing about this is that on the other side there's dino damage, and it's in the shape of Isla Nublar. Yeah, we're really excited about this one, but we just can't really mold this. I mean, we could, but we can't really afford it at the moment, because it is a lot of silicon. It is tons of silicon. If you want to help us out, I do have a Patreon. I hate plugging Patreon so much, but it does. It really helps though. If you want to see the Triceratops RubberSaurs come to life, feel free to consider donating on Patreon, because that's what I started Patreon for, is to pay for materials for the RubberSaurs. So yeah, this is one of the legs.
Everyone's giving me lots of compliments for it.
And that's the tail. Yeah, this thing's big. How long is this thing? Where's the ruler?
Oh my god, someone just donated $50.
What? No. I want to say thank you to you and all the other Jurassic creators for everything. Been a huge inspiration to help me start on Instagram. Oh my goodness. You had to donate when I asked for donations on Patreon, and now I feel bad.
it's towards the
yeah, okay, well this is probably, the $50 is probably going to pay like 1/10 of the silicone that we're going to use for this. But thank you so much, man. That is just so generous. What in the world? I just can't comprehend your generosity right now. Thank you.
Jeez.
You are too kind. What's your name? I haven't even read your name out. RaptX0XO. Thank you, man or woman or anything. Thank you. You're too kind. What in the world? Yeah, you said Instagram, right? Add me on Instagram. Send me a message.
He says you're welcome. No, it's all good. You're welcome.
Oh, you're too kind. Oh, I'm a bit flustered. I don't know what to say. Yeah, drop me a message on Instagram, and we'll have a bit of a chat. Oh, She-Wolf's here. Hello. Robert, help. Yeah, RubberSaurs Triceratops. Love to do that.
If you'll pay for it, yeah.
Bag for 1,000 compies?
It's going to be very expensive. Mooney says, don't worry, I'm going to throw money at Marco on the 15th-ish.
No, don't.
Don't throw money at us, but we appreciate it.
Oh my god, I just can't believe it.
Yeah,
still, I just cannot. But that's a new record, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I've never had anyone donate that much, and it's I just can't.
Someone is asking what colour you would paint the trike.
What colour am I painting
Would it
the
be
trike?
blue grey?
It would be, yeah. It'd be funny if we put a bag of dirt in there with it.
Just a little bag of dirt.
Or no, we'd have to do a real feel poo. A real feel giant poo.
Bradley's like, you know what? I'm gonna make 1,000 bags. If I had the money, I'd be buying it, but I could just print them.
It's so funny, man. Bradley sent me a message like a few months ago saying, "Hey, man, we should do a bag of compies." That's all his idea, by the way. I had nothing to do with that except for the compy sculpts.
Brent just donated.
Brent donate you.
$2.79 Canadian.
God, thank you, Brent.
Thank you,
Yo,
Brent.
what's going on, man? Oh, you're too kind. Oh, everyone's too kind.
Brent's getting his present soon. So
Oh yeah, Brent, you're getting your parcel.
we're gonna spoil you.
Yeah, you're getting your parcel. Brent gets our address because he's a Patreon and a friend. But yeah, Bradley just came up with the bag, the bag of compies idea, and I was like, yeah, go for it. Oh, and I should credit Siratech as well for the idea of the red compies. He messaged me and he's like, "Hey, dude, have you thought of doing the red compies? Because there's a lot of people that seem to like them. They seem to really enjoy the T-Rex from the new film and the red compies." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, all right then." So I messaged Bradley, and Bradley said, "Yeah, man. Should we just do an Aqualops as well to go with them?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, because you did the RubberSaurs compies with a cage, and now we don't have a cage in Rebirth. You might as well do another extra thing." So I sculpted the Aqualops. Yeah. So it's just the creative side of this community is just so wholesome and incredible.
Dodson says, how about a bag of Owen Greys?
A bag of what?
Owens.
Owens.
She-Wolf asked, if Marcus was a dinosaur, what would he be?
Oh, Dogson, I'm surprised you haven't said a bag of seagulls.
There was questions earlier about having a RubberSaurs seagull. I don't know where we would put that. Or what we'd do with it.
It would have to be avian dinosaur.
It would have to be like an extra that went with something else.
Oh, an extra, right.
I mean, I don't know if we'd sell it on its own.
Yeah, if it would be an extra, what would it be an extra with?
Oh, they've just donated 50 again.
No, wait a minute. No, that's... you gotta slow down, man.
Oh, no.
Some more? Can I have some more for that?
I got my paycheck today, just a big thanks.
Oh my goodness.
You're far too generous.
Yeah, no, I don't. I feel like I want to end the stream now and cry. Yeah, man, struck again. Oh, Nate's in the chat as well.
Yeah, Nate's here too, sorry.
Oh, man. What? What?
You're gonna make us both cry at this rate.
What am I? Oh, no, you gotta send us a message. Please send me a message on Instagram. We'll arrange something, because I feel bad just taking your donations without giving anything back. Man, just what the heck? Oh, man.
No, I'm being really sweet, so that's like helping people out when I can.
Oh, you're too bloody kind.
Oh,
Giga
No, you're all being too generous at this point.
What? Yeah, and all I've been doing today is just moan about things. I don't feel like I deserve it at all. Thank you so much. Wait, let me read your name out. Giga Guy 123. Thanks. What in the world? What? You know, again, I'm gonna plug my Patreon, but for a good cause, right? Because if you're donating right now, you're just doing it because you're incredibly generous. But if you donate on Patreon, you'll unlock behind the scenes looks at stuff. That way, I kind of feel a bit less guilty in a sense.
No, because we're giving them sneaky peeks of stuff we're doing like months in advance.
Yeah. There's some top secret stuff going on in there. So if you want to get something for your money, any amounts you want to put in, if you want to get something back for your money, then I would recommend that. My goodness, what is going on?
Lorana's just done.
Lorana, what?
Someone else just said they joined your Patreon just now.
Oh my goodness. Lorana, what?
Stop it.
Lorana, what? Oh my goodness.
Friend to you said I just joined your Patreon.
Oh,
and
you're
then
too
Lorana
kind.
donated.
Why is it with why are you doing this? I don't deserve any of this. I'm just here to chat with you guys. But thank you so much. Thanks. What in the heck?
Someone says this stream might make more than Rebirth.
This stream. Tell you what, if someone's feeling quite generous, how about you put how about you buy us a house, right? Buy us a house and you'll get free rubber saws, free anything for life. You want a 1-to-1 size T-Rex, you'll have a 1-to-1 size T-Rex.
Martin just donated, I'm not sure what currency it is, but it's 250.
It's Mexican dollars, I think.
So I don't know what that translates to, but that's still a lot.
Martin, you you shouldn't be doing this. Thank you. What do you say? Thanks for your visiting stress packing to New Zealand. I appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. I don't know what to say. All I can say is Martin is a great YouTuber. If you don't know who he is, he does a lot of toy reviews and stuff. For the Latin community, Latin Jurassic community, I should say, he's a very, 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 very valuable person in this community, creator in the community, and that you should subscribe. If you don't speak Spanish, no worries. He's got dubbing over his videos, so you can watch his videos in English as well if you like. If you want some good dinosaur review content, I recommend you go and watch his stuff. I'm not saying that because he paid me, all right? But Martin and I have a little bit of a deal at the moment, and you'll probably know what I mean in a month or so. Oh, by the way, I should say that a certain someone who's very, very special to the RubberSaurs has come out of hibernation, I should say, and has joined the force, the RubberSaurs force, and that is Acena's born. He's been away for a little bit, but he messaged me and he said, "Hey, I'm back," and I'm like, "Great, perfect. I'm gonna send you RubberSaurs Raptor, and you're gonna take pictures of it. You ready?" And he's like, "Yep." So he's currently making the box art images for the RubberSaurs Raptors. That's something to look forward to, because my goodness, his photography is just so incredibly special, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
Martin also says, "I've been a big fan of yours forever, so thank you." No, he donated to you. No, Brent.
Too sweet.
Brent.
No. Okay, well,
Stop
Brent.
it.
Brent, what?
Stop it, people. Oh.
Brent, look, you already sent me a parcel with a bunch of stuff in there. Well, actually, let's bring the little Carno we dropped in.
Oh, no. Also, Mooney's like, stream again on the 15th.
Stream again on the 15th.
Because he wants to donate.
Okay, we're not streaming on the 15th. This is a little sculpt that Brent made that he's given to Sora. It's a sleeping Carnotaurus, and look at the little arms there. It's so cute, and I love the scale detail on there. And this was part of a parcel that he sent us, which included the Lab Lockdown T-Rex, because it's not available here in England. So you are incredibly generous already. You don't need to give donations. Man, thank you. This is on our shelf, by the way, and you'll probably see it in backgrounds or reviews from now on.
I'm treasuring him because I don't quite want to paint him yet because he's special.
Yeah, it's like pearlescent almost, isn't it? Like...
I will paint him eventually, but I'm enjoying him right now.
We should answer a few more questions, I think. Does anyone have any questions? Like, oh, Marco, what did you think about Rebirth? Oh, Marco, are you gonna do a video about Rebirth?
And then it got buried in like the donation battle.
Oh, right.
There was an opinion on Rebirth, if you want to answer that while I look for more.
Yeah? Opinion on Rebirth. Right, so I watched that after the Universal event that I got invited to, which I did a video on. We watched it, and my first impressions while watching the film at the beginning were, okay, this looks interesting. No, actually, let's start from the beginning. It starts with a black screen. Well, it starts with the intro, right?
Rapt just donated $20 again.
What?
He says, "Alright, one more, and even better, I'll join your Patreon. I can tell when people are truly themselves and passionate about something, and that's part of the art and the community."
Oh my goodness.
You're getting something sent to you.
Yeah, you drop me a message. We'll figure something out.
Message.
Yeah, we'll have to figure something out.
You send us far too much money.
Yeah. Oh, can you stop interrupting me, please? Kidding. What the heck? Thank you. Yeah, drop me a message. We'll figure something out. So, started watching Rebirth, and my first thought was during the intro sequence. I was like, okay, a lab, that's cool. By the way, if there's anyone that hasn't seen it, I'm going to be talking spoilers, so just mute for a little bit, and then we'll let you know when we stop talking about the film. So just mute right now. The intro sequence, I was like, okay, cool, there's a lab. And then I saw the Snickers bar, and I'm like, what? Wait, what? This is so silly. The whole thing goes down because of a Snickers bar. Like, where's the food safety? Like, we should be allowed to eat food at it just seems like a really weak premise, right? A really weak reason for it to go down. In Jurassic Park, the first one, everything seems to go down since the beginning with the, you know, the Muldoon scene, the raptor cage, because the dinosaurs are dangerous. But in this, the danger is just the Snickers bar wrapper. Like, everything was going fine until the wrapper went. I suppose it's supposed to represent chaos theory or whatever, but it was just obvious product placement. But then I thought, is it fair of me to moan about product placement when we had the Barbasol can in the first Jurassic Park and it was all about Barbasol can? You know? But then we get the black screen with the white text saying, by the way, all the dinosaurs are dying off because the climate doesn't agree with them. The climate's too cold, so all the dinosaurs are sort of migrated towards the equator. And I'm like, okay, you really trying to tell us this after 32 years of build-up, 32 years of films, where we thought we were getting dinosaurs in the mainland land finally. Dominion doesn't count with that. And then you do that because you can't figure out a way of actually incorporating dinosaurs in the mainland. It's just easier to rehash an island again. I just found that really cheap of them to start the film with a black screen saying that. And then I also remembered, what do you mean the climate's too cold? You had Blue living in the snow. You had all those parasaurs living in the snow in Dominion. You're just retconning everything. What's going on? But anyway, after having watched the trailers, I sort of knew that was coming anyway, so it didn't really annoy me that much. But if I never watched the trailers and I came in to it cold, I don't think I would have been very happy with that decision. But the film starts, and you get an introduction to all the characters, and you get to see Dr. Loomis, which is my favorite character, along with Duncan. He's great. But yeah, Duncan gets introduced later. You get to meet Loomis at the museum, and then Loomis says that they get DNA from 3 of the biggest dinosaurs, including Quetzalcoatlus and Mosasaurus. 2 out of those 3 creatures aren't dinosaurs, but yet he's a paleontologist and he calls them dinosaurs. So that's the moment when I realized that I had to turn my brain off to enjoy this film, because if I thought too much about it, then I would be poking holes at it all the time. Because why is there another island? They could have just used one of the 5 islands. And yeah, why are all the dinosaurs dying off when there were dinosaurs in the snow and all of that? So yeah, I just realized that I should just turn my brain off and try and enjoy it as an action film, which is what I did. So I was expecting a mindless action movie, but then the action just wouldn't start. It was the main characters talking in the car, the main characters talking in the museum, and then the main character's talking in the boat. Scarlett Johansson talks to a character on the boat, and then she talks to another character on the boat, and then she talks to another character on the boat. 30 minutes went by, and I looked at my friend and I said, how much film have we got left? He looks at his phone, he goes, his watch, and he goes, it's been 30 minutes. Like, okay, all right, hopefully something happens. And that's when the family gets attacked by the mosasaur, which was pretty much a rip-off of Jaws 2, I think. But, you know, that worked. Introduction to some more characters, that worked all right. That's when I realized that I hated the boyfriend character. Really couldn't stand that guy. You're not really meant to like him anyway, so I guess that worked. And then the mosasaur sort of attacks the boat, and that sort of something happens. I'm like, okay, cool, something's happening, but then no one gets eaten. It's just okay. They just sort of broke the boat a bit, and that's it. And then we get back on the boat, and then they talk again, and they talk again, they talk again. That's 40 minutes without having seen a single dinosaur. Which, by the way, I think it's the only Jurassic intro sequence without any dinosaurs, by the way. Am I right? Or am I wrong? But yeah, then the Spino and Mosasaur scene happens, and I'm like, yeah, finally something's happening. But it just felt weird because the Mosasaur didn't feel dangerous. It just looked like it was curious, and it was like it looked to me. It felt like the dolphins swimming next to ships and cruisers and stuff. It wasn't really doing anything. It just seemed curious, which is actually good animal behavior, right? But all the characters seemed to be terrified and just stumbling upon each other and just falling over and trying to shoot the thing when why are they struggling so much to shoot the thing if it's so big? But yeah, I guess that bit before when Scarlett Johansson says, have you ever tried shooting something with like sea spray going in your eyes and stuff? It's not easy. So I guess that's what happened. But yeah, finally something was happening. But I kind of wish we didn't get that long of an intro when they're talking on the boat, because there was just too much exposure dialogue. There was just too much. You should care for these characters. You should really care about their feelings and stuff. She has PTSD. He's got a kid and all that. When you could just convey the same information through other means during the story. So instead of having a long exposure dialogue of Zora having PTSD, how about you show flashbacks? Like when she's shooting the Mosasaur, have a flashback of her trying to save her friend, which completely disorientates her. And that's why she misses the shot. Just a little bit of visual storytelling like that would have worked a bit better, I think. There was a quote from a filmmaker who I don't remember who it was that said, you should be able to understand what's going on in a movie even if there's no sound on. And I just remember that all the time. If there's a film that takes so long to start, I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to understand this without hearing the sound or the characters talk. But yeah. The Spinosaurs were gorgeous. I loved them. Really liked the scenes with the Spinosaurs. I like the subtle changes they've done to the designs. They've added the crests as well. And the way they behaved was so cool. They just really took advantage of the Spinosaurs being in the water and new discoveries and just rolled with it. They just went with it. And I'm glad they did that with the Spinosaurs instead of rehashing Jurassic Park 3, having the same Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaur in it. I kind of prefer what they did this time round. Like, I don't prefer it to Jurassic Park 3, but I prefer what they did instead of what they could have done, if that makes sense. I really, really enjoyed the Spinosaurs in that. I love them leaping up onto the boat, trying to snatch people. That was epic. That was really, really cool. But then you get some really odd things, like continuity issues with the film that don't make much sense. Like when they're getting attacked, right? There's dinosaurs in the water. There's a mosasaur in the water. And the father character, I don't remember his name, he says, oh, it's too dangerous on the boat, let's jump in the water. Like, are you serious? There's dinosaurs in there. Do you really want to jump in the water? But they jump in the water. The whole family jumps in the water, right? And meanwhile the boat is going full speed, and then the boat sort of crashes onto the beach, and the family was already there. How could they swim faster than the boat going at full speed? Unless I missed something, unless the boat was going in circles or something, but I've only seen the film once, so maybe there's extra visual contextual scenes that I missed that would explain that. And then you get them on the island. I loved every scene on the island. It was great while they were like exploring the abandoned jungle and whatever. Cause I am a huge fan of Jurassic Park 3, and that just felt quite Jurassic Park 3 like. But I love that they've added so much life into the jungle with the extra prehistoric creatures swimming in the river and in the swamp. I don't know what creatures they were, but my goodness, I really loved that. Really loved seeing some extra life in there. Then what happens? We get the Titanosaurs, which was cool. I really liked that. I love the music. Sounds very much like J-Pog style. I really loved that music there. And I really like that Jonathan Bailey, Loomis character, was playing a solo on the clarinet for his scene. I play the clarinet too, and it just sort of resonated with me a bit. I really liked that. I was a bit perplexed by the fact that the Titanosaurs just sort of showed up. They were all hiding in the grass, but Ethan, the paleontologist, said, well, actually they were behind the hill. There's a tiny, like, there was a hill and they were all hiding behind that, so I can believe that. The Titanosaur's design is beautiful, I think. You don't get to see that their feet are wrong, like the claws, the number of claws on their feet and all of that. You don't get to see that, which is good. You only get to see the good things about it. Is that when the T-Rex scene happens with the family? No. Is that after? Probably after, isn't it? Then they go up and get the stuff from the DNA from the Quetzalcoatlus egg, and I really enjoyed that scene as well. I just really appreciated how they went ahead and took a flying reptile and just didn't have it in scenes where it would fly, like what they did with the mosasaur with Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom and Dominion. All it did was just in the sea jumping up at things. But with this, with a pterosaur, you'd expect, oh, they'll probably just do a scene where it's flying. But no, it was climbing up a thing, and it was galloping towards them, towards the characters. And that's something that I really appreciate seeing a pterosaur do, because no one's really done that in a film. And huge as Star Kids like that would have spent most of their time walking on the ground anyway, so I really like that they did that. And I really enjoyed seeing the guy getting swallowed whole by by the Quetzalcoatlus. That was metal. That was really, really cool, man. Really, really cool scene. Then we get the T-Rex scene, which is just a masterclass. I think that scene was gorgeous. Everything about it was just wonderful. The T-Rex design, perfect. I love how the T-Rex behaved like an animal. It had its food there. It didn't really need to hunt. It was just curious. And I just found that I just love seeing animals behaving like animals, you know. It was curious. It wasn't overly aggressive. It was curious. It saw things move and it just went, you know what? I'm just going to have a look. I'm not going to swim really fast next to them. I'm just going to creep up next to them and just see what's going on. And then, oh, this thing moves. Let me snap at it. Because that's what T-Rex would have done. Probably. It probably just snapped at things because they were moving. We got evidence of that sort of behavior in the fossil record anyway. So, yeah, I really liked that. One thing that I found a bit weird while watching it was how the raft just didn't pop or anything when the T-Rex bit down on it. Like, T-Rex got one of the most powerful bite forces, or the most powerful bite force on a land animal, and it just didn't even break, like pop the raft or anything. I think it would have been cool, or just a silly kind of thing, if the filmmakers put like a sticker on the side of the raft saying "Dino Proof" or something like that. A little bit of humor like that, I think, would have worked. Reminds me a bit of the dinosaur parachute thing from Jurassic Park 3. I think that would have worked quite well if they had something to indicate that this is a really strong dinosaur-proof raft thing. But the shots of like the teeth showing through the raft was just gorgeous. It was beautiful. And the sound design as well of the T-Rex was... There were some sounds in it from the original Jurassic Park and The Lost World, which I really appreciated. But one critique I have about the whole dinosaur sequences is they're all gorgeous dinosaur sequences, but they all felt a bit video gamey in the sense like video game boss. So, okay, we've done the Spinosaurs now. Let's move on. Let's do the Titanosaurs. Okay, Titanosaurs are off the list. Let's do Quetzalcoatlus. Quetzalcoatlus is done. Let's move on to T-Rex, and then you don't see them again. And I thought, oh yeah, well that's all right. Jurassic Park 3 is like that too. You get the Spinosaurus, and then you get the Velociraptors, and then I remember, no, actually no, the Spinosaurus is recurring throughout the whole film. It keeps following them. So does the Raptors. Jurassic Park has a bit of it, like with the Gallimimus. They've only got like one scene in it like that, and the Dilophosaurus as well. But then you get this T-Rex that shows up again. And the Raptors are hinted from the beginning, and the Lost World is a bit more like Rebirth in that sense, just for the Raptors though. But the T-Rexes are pretty much constant throughout the film, so I kind of missed a bit of that in this new film. It just felt a bit too video game boss-like in the sense that, yep, we're done with this dinosaurs. Move on to the next one. I would have liked if the Raptors were like stalking them through the island. Don't even get me started on the Raptors, man. I waited 14 years to see the Raptors in the wild again. Proper Raptors. Because, let's face it, Velociraptor Blue doesn't really behave like a Jurassic Park Raptor at all. It's just a trained puppy. And yeah, it might be dangerous, but is it really though? Is Blue really dangerous? Didn't get that vibe from her at all. I just really wanted to see some raptors in the wild again. And we finally, I thought, had the chance to see them in the wild again, because we saw loads of promotional material for the Raptors, which, by the way, have one of the best designs in the whole franchise, because it's the designs from the original 3 films all mixed together. You get the head shape from Jurassic Park 3 male raptor with the quills. The main body coloration somewhat resembles the Jurassic Park 1 raptors, where it's like browny with some stripes. You get the Jurassic Park 3 raptor head, and the snout on the front of the head has got the colors of the Lost World raptors. It's like a good mix of everything, of all the designs that we all know and love. I thought, okay, that is a very nice little ode to Jurassic Park, to the original trilogy. Let's see what they do with them. And we all know what happened to them. And I just find that to be such a slap in the face to all the fans that have been waiting for a good raptor scene. And a slap in the face to the original trilogy. It's just so incredibly disrespectful to the original trilogy. And some people are saying, no, actually, I didn't mind that happening because raptors have been in too many Jurassic films. Too many. They've been center of attention for too many Jurassic films. I'm like, not really. They've only been the main baddies in Jurassic Park 1 and Jurassic Park 3. In The Lost World, they weren't the main baddie at all. They were just there. And that's it. The ones in Jurassic World aren't really behaving like raptors. They're not raptors, are they? They're just trained things that work on commands and stuff, which is just completely different from any raptors that we saw from the original trilogy. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Raptors and how they were mishandled. I don't like the Mutadons because of that. I just think that when people want to watch Jurassic film, they want to watch dinosaurs. And whatever executive producer thinks that people are bored of dinosaurs, they're just not. People aren't bored of dinosaurs. They go to watch a Jurassic film because they like dinosaurs. They don't want to see dragons. And dragons are just not as memorable as dinosaurs because dinosaurs really existed. That's one of the main parts of their charm, is that they're real things. People are just going to forget the Mutadons. The general public is going to forget about the Mutadons in a year or two. But I guarantee you they're not going to forget about the Raptors in general from the Jurassic series. And then the whole bit in the gas station, to me it was just a rehash of what we've seen with the Raptors. So that the Mutadons just replaced the Raptors and they just did the same exact scenes with them. Because the petrol station scene inside the shop was literally just Raptors in the kitchen from Jurassic Park, but in a gas station shop. You even had the little girl hide behind a door, just like Lex did. And then, instead of going up, like in Jurassic Park, up in the ventilation system, they go down this time, down in the tunnels. And then meanwhile on the outside, it's Krebs and was it Zora? Again attacked by the Mutadon, and that's pretty much the Lost World with the Raptors attacking Jeff Goldblum, Ian Malcolm in the car. I just think that if they really wanted to send a message with these Mutadons and kill the Raptors like that, how about you do something different and cool instead of just rehashing what you could have done with the Raptors? Very strange, and I don't understand that decision they took. And then the D-Rex, again, was just wasted potential. It didn't really do anything. A lot of people were expecting a fight at the end, and nothing happened. And you know, Duncan sacrificed himself only to come back with no explanation. Like, oh guys, I'm still alive. Don't go. Yeah, but how did that happen? Like, explain. And then the end of the film is like, yeah, we're gonna take Dolores. She's gonna survive, even though we're taking her away from you know, the tropical climate, unless the family live nearby along the equator, I guess. And we're all safe now. We're in this boat that is very small. We're just crossing the ocean. And did the filmmakers expect us viewers to forget that there's still the mosasaur and the spinosaurs around? Like the whole point of them getting stranded on the island was because of the mosasaur and the spinosaurs. So what's stopping them from attacking them now? You know? But again, I'm asking too many questions. This is just supposed to be a dumb movie, a dumb, fun, blockbuster movie that doesn't have too much thought put into it, which is so unlike the first Jurassic Park film, because that film has proper philosophical meaning behind it. They put thought into it. But again, I might be a bit too harsh with some things. Like, yeah, it's slow at the beginning, but so is Jurassic Park. That Jurassic Park, the first one, takes so long before anything actually happens. But then I remember, yeah, but that was a film from '93. Films back then tend to be a little bit slower in general, and it was the first time they used CGI for creatures that extensively, so obviously they want to save it for that, save it for later in the film, and it's probably a budget thing as well because it would have been so expensive. Jurassic Park only has about 15 minutes of dinosaurs on screen, I think. But they were on screen. When they were on screen, they really stole the scene, didn't they? That's why everyone remembers Jurassic Park so much, is because of how good the dinosaur scenes were. But yeah, Rebirth, I just see that film as huge wasted potential, but it was a fun film anyway. I still enjoyed it. If you turn your brain off, it's actually a really good fun film. You know, it's not too bad. But whenever I start thinking a bit too much, too deeply into it, I just remind myself, remember, yeah, but we could have had this, or we could have had that. There's one scene in particular that I wanted to see in this film. And I've talked to a lot of friends. I've talked to you about it, Mooney, and a lot of other people too. Imagine if we still had the raptors in there and they stalked the characters on the island, right? And okay, we might even have the scene with them and the mutadons, but then later on they attack the right. Let me put this down. They attack the people. We have a scene in the lab, right? Because the lab wasn't really utilized much at all in the film. So the family gets separated. The raptors take the boyfriend character. They sort of take him away and start tearing at him in a lab room or something. They start killing him, like really vicious, because I hate that character. He deserves a painful death. In the meantime, some other scenes happen, but the raptors are killing the dude, and while they're killing him, he screams for help. He's like, help, help me. And the characters who are separated from him hear his screams. So they go, oh, come on, man, we got to follow his screams. Come on, we got to find him. So they start running around, trying to look for him in rooms in the labs and stuff. And they find him. The screams are still going on. They can still hear, help, help me. But they find his dead body, and he's just not moving. He's dead, but the screams are still happening. And they look up, and it's the raptors mimicking his voice. And one of the characters says, they set a trap. They actually set a trap, like in Jurassic Park 3, but with a twist. And another one says, they're calling for help. And I think that would have been such a great reference to Jurassic Park 3, but adding so much more coolness to it. And I think mimicking raptors is something that the fans have been wanting for quite a bit, especially because of those new games coming out with sound mimicking raptors. And it's not even too far-fetched, because birds do that all the time. Even crows do that. So it's not far-fetched to have that. And I think if they wanted to have this island to be full of dinosaurs that are just too dangerous, I think that would have been a great thing to implement for the raptors. What do you guys think about that idea? Do you like it? Because I really want to get a team of CGI artists. I don't know, like Zul, maybe Draco Warrior, someone like that, and just create a scene to put in the film as a deleted scene or something. Because, man, I want that scene to happen in real life in a Jurassic movie. Are there any comments about that?
Saying yes, mimic raptors would go so
yeah, that would be so creepy yet really awesome. Yeah, I know, right? That would be so sick.
Yeah, everyone's saying that would be sick. That would be
cool. You see what I mean when I say every time I think about Rebirth, about Rebirth, I just think of wasted potential and opportunity, because that would have been so cool. And I would have loved to have like the Spinos come in and attack the D-Rex, because that would explain, if you had the Spinos and the Mosasaur show up to tear into the D-Rex. The D-Rex has never been in that part of the beach before, because it's chasing the people, right? It's not his territory, it's the Spinosaur's territory with the Mosasaur. That means that the D-Rex gets distracted, so it can't kill Duncan, so Duncan can survive and go, you know, onto the boat. And that means that the Spinosaurs and Mosasaur are distracted too, so they can't attack them when they're escaping. So it would be a good solution to that plot hole that I mentioned earlier. What do you think?
Martin says that scene kind of happened on the movie Annihilation, and it was creepy as heck.
Oh yeah, Annihilation. I've never heard of that film. What is it about?
Yeah, Google it.
Yeah, let's have a look. But yeah, I don't want you guys to take away from this, from what I said, that I didn't enjoy Rebirth, because it was a fun film. It is a good, it's a good dinosaur movie. It's a bit, I think I would compare it a bit to Jurassic Park 3 in that sense, that you can just put it on and just enjoy and just have fun when watching it. A bit of a mindless one.
Annihilation is a 2018 horror
2018 horror sci-fi.
Cellular biologists and a group of other scientists and doctors enter an anomalous zone formed when a meteor hits Earth. Come across sinister, interesting phenomena. Doesn't say anything beyond that.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
It's 6.8 out of 10 on IMDb. 88% Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, so it's higher than Rebirth. Yeah, I don't know if you like horror films though.
Don't.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't.
I could give it a watch when you're asleep or something.
Alright, Martin did ask a question about half an hour ago.
Oh, sorry. How long did I take to talk about the film?
It was a good, like, 15, 20 minutes. He asked, oh gosh, I don't know if I can find it now. I think it was the RubberSaurs Raptors are going to be the ones that you made last time, and you're going to continue making them, or is there going to be a new...
Oh, so if I'm going to do some new Rexes, they would be different. There would be a whole new sculpt, because I don't like the sculpt that I did. Like, I liked it at the time, but now looking back at it, I know I could do so much better. So I think the next T-Rex I make, when and if it actually happens, well, it's not if it happens, when it happens, when we actually manage to get all the resources and space and people on it, it would probably be a buck, because I've got that sculpted all good to go. And I would love to do the Rebirth Rex, man. There's something about that T-Rex is just so special. I think that might be my favorite T-Rex design, the Rebirth one. It's just got everything a Tyrannosaur should have, and more. It just looks like what a Tyrannosaurus should look like. You know, it's beautiful, and it's got its own unique design quirks to it, like the big scales on the jaws. It's just perfect. It's just perfect pinnacle dinosaur, Jurassic Park dinosaur design, I think. Because all the dinosaur designs had something unique about them, and this one has something unique about it. I just wish we saw more of it in the film. It's just that nice, that pretty, that good looking, you know.
Brent asked, he said he was listening to Pendulum.
Oh, cool.
Going a bit left field, but yeah. And he said that he was, I can't find it anymore. I think he said he'd been listening a lot to Witchcraft. He was asking which was your favourite Pendulum song.
Oh, well, it depends in which mood I am. Favourite Pendulum song. It's interesting you said Witchcraft, because I was thinking of adding that to our live set list. If you if people don't know, I've got a band and we play live. We've played in, how many festivals have we played this summer? Too many.
Too many is the short answer.
I've got, if you Google, if you put on YouTube, Pretendulum, it's like pendulum, but because we're a tribute band, we're pretending to be pendulum, so Pretendulum. It's a great name. I didn't come up with it. I wish I did. Yeah, if you look that up, you can see me play live music. I do the singing and the synthesizer sounds in it. Yeah, I'd love to add that to our repertoire. Witchcraft. But for now, my favorite one, it's a song that isn't even out yet. It's coming out late August, I believe, 22nd or 24th August, something like that. It's called Archangel, and they've played it live occasionally. That's why I know of its existence, and I just love it so much. I just can't wait for that song to come out. When it does, I'm going to be playing it on repeat. I'm already playing my cover on repeat.
Both Rapt and Brent have both said watching you perform is crazy and that you've got a great voice. And...
Oh, thank you. It'd be funny if that Rapt X0 is someone I already know, but with a different name. Yeah, don't forget to drop me a message on Instagram, eh? We gotta arrange something.
Someone was asking what was your favourite Raptor pattern, I think?
Favorite Raptor pattern?
Like colour pattern.
Oh, Jurassic Park 3 male. Although the Rebirth one is quite nice as well. Something about the Rebirth Raptor, though, reminds me a little bit of Tropical Birds. Because if you see it from afar, the front part of the snout being orange looks a little bit like a beak. And that's kind of cool because they are all living on the tropical island. So I kind of like that little aspect. But I still prefer the Jurassic Park 3 male Raptors. Those things, they're just so pretty. Oh, talking of which, actually, speaking of which, I should say. I've got something to show you. By the way, look, we've painted all the Raptors. So that's... all these Raptors' bodies are done. All the stripes are done. So I just need to do the legs and arms now. Stripe-wise. Then we have to...
What? 30 sets of, so that's 30 left legs, 30 right legs. That's what, 120?
Oh, God. 120 total limbs. And about how many stripes every limb? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-ish stripes on the legs, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish on the arms.
You're talking like 1,000 stripes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be painting about 1,000 stripes. Oh my god. Right, before I forget, talking about the Jurassic Park 3 Raptors and Rebirth Raptors, I printed this, and I'm gonna make a video on painting this like the Rebirth Raptor. There isn't much reference out there, but I made a render of the Raptor based on what we've seen from the official renders, using Red Raptor's existing Jurassic Park 1, 2, and 3 renders that he's done. This I printed on my brand new 3D printer, which I got for free, which is incredible. I have gotten to the point with my YouTube career that I'm getting sponsorship requests. I did get some in the past with ARTEZA and Milliput was one of them as well. But now I'm getting so many that I can actually be picky about what I want to have on my channel. A lot of them are things that don't really suit my channel, and I would rather be honest with what I review and what I promote, I should say, on my channel. If it's something that it's something that my watchers and followers would be interested in, because I got some of them that were like kitchen appliances and stuff like that. Or I'm not going to advertise those on my channel because you guys would not be interested. But I got an email from Eligoo, the company that makes the 3D printers, and they said, hey, we can send you a 3D printer if you make two-minute long videos about it. And I'm like, sure, I can make you a really long video too on top of that, because this is awesome. So they sent me an Eligoo Saturn 4 Ultra, which is incredible. It really is incredible. It's got 12K resolution, which is like 3 times or 4 times more than my previous printer, my older printer. And it's got a camera in it. It's got Wi-Fi capabilities, so I don't have to put a USB stick in it. I can just send the file from the computer over to the printer through the air. Yeah, it's got a camera in it. It can do time-lapse videos, which is what I'm going to include with my prints videos from now on, which is sick. This is my first test print. Probably won't be able to see it properly because of YouTube compression, but this is a Lost World Raptor head I sculpted. I put a quick wash on it just to see the amount of detail in this thing. Look at all the tiny little scales it managed to print on the face. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? And then this thing is tiny. I mean, look at the size of my hand. It's incredible. So I printed this for the official Eligoo video I'm going to do with the printer. And since this resin is ever so slightly translucent, and which is why I put a wash on this to see the detail. You can't really see much of the detail here, but you can see the tiny little individual bumps on each of these scales. Like I can feel them with my finger. You can't really see them on camera, but the quality of this printer is incredible. So I'm going to do a video very soon about the printer, how to set it up, how it works, and I'll be showing you how I printed this. And then in a separate video, I'm going to be painting this like the Rebirth Raptor. And I'm going to show you the render I did. This is a little book I have of some reference that I printed out. There it is. This is using Red Raptor's existing renders and just changing them a bit to make them look like the Rebirth Raptor. So you can see the colors on the head, and I tried to match the stripes 1-to-1 to what we see on the official renders. There's a bit of white on the tail there, but you can see what I mean about the main sort of vibe of this Raptor is like a mix of all the Raptors, right? Because get a bit of the stripes from Jurassic Park 1, and the color of the body is like mainly brown gray, and then the shape of the head's Jurassic Park 3, and then you get the colors of the Tiger Raptor in the front. But yeah, I'm going to be using this as reference. I also have these two to review, and this beauty as well to review. So I've got quite a lot of content to make. I'm in a Marco Make stream somehow. Manila Productions. Hello, welcome. Straight up highway robbery. The Raptors wasn't given its due justice. The Rebirth Raptors. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, look, I've got a review to do of this. Bradley has sculpted a replacement head for this with opposable jaw. I'm tempted to do that as well. So I also want to fix a bit of the paint on this because I think the paint sort of ends a bit too quickly, abruptly there. It kind of needs to like blend into the thigh a bit more. So it's just tiny little tweaks. It doesn't need fixing. This thing is beautiful, but I will add a couple extra things that I would enjoy on it. But I will be quite harsh about that one. This one's really nice, but it is a bit too red. It's supposed to be a bit more orange. Like in person, this thing is like, it's red. It's just straight up red. When in the film, it's like orange, but that's okay. It still looks really good. I like the washes and dry brushing on a lot of parts on the head and stuff. But yeah, this thing, you just can't go wrong with a Stegosaurus, can you? Stegosaurs are just so beautiful. I want to make a RubberSaurs version of this. Oh, one day. I've got a new video coming out tomorrow. That's going to be a review of a Reptimax figure. If you don't know who Reptimax is, he's a good friend of mine. He's South African and he makes his own version of rubber, real feel rubber skin creatures. And the one I'm reviewing tomorrow is the Rubigia, which is very, very exciting. It's a Gorgonopsid. Gorgonopsids deserve more love, I think. And I'm glad that Reptimax is here to fix that. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the Raptors that we painted today. Sorry if I'm moving the camera a little bit. Let me dry this a little bit. It's a little bit wet. Right, so we should have 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. And 11, this is the one I use for reference. And we have another 19 over there. Bag of Raptors when? Oh, it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that. I'm not going to say anything else about that.
Oh, is that what you want me to do?
Oh yeah, Resi One, a company that makes 3D printing resin, have commissioned me a piece, and I 3D printed this using their resin, and I'm going to paint it up. It's a buck, and send it over to them. I still need to fill in the seams, but yeah, I'm a very busy boy, aren't I? Oh yeah, before I go, I'm just looking at things around the room and just going, oh yeah, I could show them this. I just want to show you something really quick. This is a werewolf action figure from the Doctor Who line from 2000 and, probably got a year here, 2006. This is a child's toy. It's a kid's toy, right? There weren't any premium collector's figures. This was just what you got, and it was for kids. And look at the quality of this thing. It's got an incredible sculpt. It's got immaculate paint. There's a bit of paint rubbed off there because this is second hand. It's got dry brushing. The mouth is painted really nicely. It's got articulation everywhere. And it's got so much color on it. You probably can't see it very well on screen, but it's got like a lighter color there. Got a darker spray here, some pink there, some pink there, and the veins are painted in as well. They painted the veins on this thing. And this is the stuff. This is the kind of quality that people of my generation grew up with, okay? Which is why I get a little bit upset at Mattel for making premium collector's things that don't have as much effort put into this. This is a child's toy, may I remind you. Do you get my point? Look at the amount of paint on the hand. Isn't that crazy? Doctor Who. This is from the Doctor Who line, by the way, which probably have they've got less money than Universal has for Jurassic and stuff. So it's just incredible what they were able to make back in the day. It's probably because of inflation and all that sort of stuff now that we don't get stuff half as good. Back when they made these, they had a pack of 3 figures. Human figures are about that size. Really well made, actually. Let me grab one because I've got one of those. This is the Doctor figure, the 10th Doctor figure. It's got articulation and everything, and it looks wonderful. It's got a rubber jacket and a pretty good head sculpt too. There was a set of 3 human figures, the Doctor and a companion and someone else. When it was new in shops, that cost £10. 3 human figures like this, with loads of paint, great articulation, £10. So what's that, like $13?
$13, $14, something like that. Yeah, it's people saying the primeval figures were just the same.
Yeah, primeval figures were gorgeous, weren't they? Yeah. Like the amount of paintwork and effort I'm putting into this is the same amount of paint and effort that they would put in toys back then, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's just crazy that now companies like Mattel and Hasbro are just making figures of the same quality, if not a little bit worse, and calling it premium, and you have to pay an exorbitant, maybe twice the price. It's just mad to me. It's just mad. I'll never comprehend that. Which is, I just, the way I see the Hammond collection line in my mind, in my eyes, because I'm so used to these figures being what we're used to. I just see the Hammond collection line as what the main line should be, really. Like, there's nothing really premium about them. It's just standard toys from when I was young. But anyway, yeah. It doesn't look like we did much today. It's just 10 raptors. Just these stripes on the raptors. But yeah, I just wish I could show you all the... You know what? I'm going to bring them in, because why not? I'm going to show you just how many we have. And this is also to tell you that this stuff takes so long to make. And it's going to sell out. Well, judging by our previous experiences with the last 2 sales, they sold out in like 30 seconds. People have been attacking me, saying, you're just as bad as Mattel with the San Diego Comic-Con. You should care about your fans. You should care about people ordering you things, because you just make so little of them, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Like, yeah, I want to make so many of them, but I'm limited because I'm just one guy at home doing this stuff in my spare time. I can't make too many. This is the most raptors I've ever done. 30 raptors. Let me grab them. And I swear, if someone gets upset with me because they weren't able to buy one because I didn't make enough, I'm gonna get really angry. I can imagine Dogson sending me a message now saying, teasing me about it.
X0 is saying, if you ever want any help, I'm happy to lend a hand. I'll even pay for shipping back and forth.
I might take you up on that offer. still going. Still more raptors.
You're off screen now.
Yeah, they're off screen. A lot of them are off screen. There we go. 30. You can't tell me these aren't enough. Well, they aren't enough. I just wish I could make hundreds of them.
But if you just think, you spent 2 hours just painting the stripes on 10.
Yeah.
So you've already spent over 6 hours painting just the
Nathy
stripes
Vader.
on them.
Nathy Vader says, "Got any raptors?"
And then you think, well, then you did all the belly colours and all the back colours, and then you've got to do all the arms and legs.
Yeah, I've still got to do all the arms and legs,
mouths
the
and all
mouths, the eyes.
And... Oh.
Yeah, and I'm planning to release these in later this month. So we're getting there. We're getting there. It just takes a while, but yeah, we'll get there. At least a warehouse. Well, yeah, I would get a warehouse if I could afford it. If I could afford it, I would get a house first. Then I get a warehouse.
You'd at least have a room dedicated to it.
Yeah, I'd love to have a room dedicated, because the flat we live in right now is the bedroom has got it's just the bedroom with a kitchen in it, and then a bathroom on the side. So we're doing 3D printing all of this in our kitchen bedroom. It's not healthy. As soon as we can get a bigger place, we will, but it's just impossible to find a place right now. It's just impossible. England is just impossible to live in right now. And we're stuck here. We can't go anywhere else for different reasons. But yeah, gosh, it sounds like I've been moaning all day. I'm sorry about that. We've been creative together, at least. But yeah, so next thing I'm going to do is all the stripes on the legs and the arms. And if I ever get tired while I'm doing that, I can always paint the eyes or the mouths. Good thing about these, because they're rubber, it will be quite helpful to actually open this up quite a bit and slide the jaw out. That'll help me paint these a bit better. That's how I do my jaw hinges, by the way. Super easy. And I think Mattel should do this too. It's what they used to do, is this type of hinge. And it looks so much better than what they're doing now. Again, I'm moaning about Mattel. I should stop. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I think it's been quite a while now. We should probably end the stream soon. Just before I go, is there anything you really want to tell me, or any questions about?
Manila Production said that they saw your Lost World T-Rex restoration, and they did their own.
Lost World T-Rex restoration.
The toes and...
Oh, the Thrasher Rex. You did your own. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. If you guys have anything that you want to show me, join my Discord. There's a share your art section on Discord, or you can send me a message on Instagram, or tag me on Instagram, or use the hashtag Marco Makes Dinos, or you could do all of them. I'm happy to see everyone's work. I'm just so grateful that there's people that are creative out there, and we need more creativity in the world right now. And my social media and my Discord are safe places for you to do so. Always welcome artwork, always welcome creativity. So yeah, feel free to do so. Even if you're worried, don't be worried. We're all here to celebrate art. Aren't we, guys? Any other questions?
Dobson jokingly asked, "Where's my Barbie car?"
Oh, you said you weren't gonna donate anything else. Like straight up on the painting side of things. If you guys ever need help, I'd be down for it. No payment. Again, send me a message on Instagram. We'll talk. Thank you so much, though, man. Really, seriously. Do I like monkeys?
Someone asked if you collect Warhammer.
I don't collect Warhammer. I never really got into it, but I've got that Nathaniel friend of mine. He's a huge fan of Warhammer, and I'm just so impressed with his paintwork on the little figurines. And if you ever want to print your own Warhammer stuff, I recommend an Elegoo Saturn 4 Ultra. Do you guys play Roblox? I tried Roblox a couple of times, couldn't really get into it, but I was pretty impressed with that Jurassic Park style one that someone made in Roblox. That Beaver, the game Beaver played a couple of times. I'm not sure if that's still happening. It's definitely not official Jurassic Park, but I was quite impressed with the quality of it considering it's Roblox. Marcus anywhere. Robert, help. Oh yeah, Marcus. Let me grab Marcus. Robert, help.
Someone asked if we play the Isle.
I used to play the Isle, but I don't anymore. I play Path of Titans. I love Path of Titans. Actually, I have a friend who might be able to put a GPU upgrade in my PC, because the way it runs right now, it can't run Path of Titans well at all. It just can't run it because it's got integrated graphics. But once I get an upgrade in the computer for GPU, then I will love to do some Path of Titans streams or videos, either with you, Tyler, or Mooney. It'd be awesome. Oh, we have a cat here. Hello. Is he in scale? I don't know how tall Marcus is. Oh yeah, by the way, if you want to see the size of the RubberSaurs Raptors, it's like that. There you go. Is that your Zia or is it my Zia? That's your one.
Depends on its face,
yeah. Any more questions?
Will you ever at some point make a Troodon RubberSaur based on the game?
I'm not sure about that because
we're only really doing the films right now.
Its design is very unique, and I don't want to get into trouble with that one. But again, people are allowed to do fan art with very limited amounts.
Yeah, but I don't know if that would count or not. It's a grey spot.
I don't know. There's plenty of other things I would like to do before I delve into that. Let's just say that.
Some people have asked to see the cat, but it's up to the cat, really.
Oh, I might be able to grab her, but I don't want her to ruin the dinosaurs.
Just pop her head in.
Hello.
Like, very confused now.
What is your opinion on David Attenborough not returning for Prehistoric Planet and Tom Hiddleston being new narrator?
I don't really care.
I don't really have an opinion on it. Let me think. I think that's fine. I think I'll have an opinion once I see it, because I'll actually have something to compare it to. It's Prehistoric Planet, and probably including this new one are probably going to be that good where you don't really notice the voice much. It's not really like the important thing about it. It's what you're seeing on screen that really blows your mind. So you won't really care too much about the voice change, but I mean, you got to think about David Attenborough's getting a bit old now, bless him.
100.
Yeah.
Let him relax.
I wish he could last forever.
Someone asked your opinion on the Walking with Dinosaurs 2025, but that might be another 3 hours.
I'll quickly mention what happened. About the Walking with Dinosaurs 2025, I got a message from the BBC themselves asking me if I was interested to be on the program where I shared my opinion on the new Walking with Dinosaurs show. And I was taken aback. I was like, yeah, yeah, I want to be on TV. Yeah. Thing is, I don't have a TV license because TV in England is awful, and I don't want to pay for a license for TV that I don't watch. So we don't watch TV. We watch YouTube and stuff like that. And
Lorana just done
Lorana,
$10
thank
for
you.
cat treats.
Kitty treats, all right. Yeah, we'll
It's
do
her
that.
birthday tomorrow.
It is actually, yeah. It's the cat's birthday tomorrow. She's 17.
16.
16 or 17?
16. 2009? 16.
Yeah, 16. So yeah, we'll go to the shop tomorrow and get some treats from you. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll dedicate £10. Actually, it's $10. So
Well, 10 quid.
£8.
Yeah. She gets a nice expensive bit of dinner.
Happy early birthday, cat. Yes, happy birthday.
Yes, that is me.
Yeah,
Sora.
that is Sora. Yeah, you sound so nice. She does, doesn't she?
I don't.
She does. She sounds lovely.
No.
What were we talking about?
Walking with Dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, Walking with Dinosaurs. Yeah, I got in. BBC asked me if I wanted to do that. We don't have a license, so I asked them what would they need from me and when by, and they said, okay, by tomorrow we would like you to send us a 3-minute long video explaining your thoughts and opinions on the new Walking with Dinosaurs show. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to go to my parents and watch it all tonight, but I'll do it. And she said, yep. And I said, well, I hope this makes this is like an incentive for me to actually be on the show. And she's like, oh yeah, don't worry about that. I'll definitely put a note through about it, about your effort, about going to out of your way to watch them all in one go. So that's what I did. I went to my parents and watched 5 hours worth, or how much it is, of dinosaur documentary, Walking with Dinosaurs 2025, up until like 1 o'clock at night, in the morning. Regardless of what I thought, I went back, and the next day got up early and wrote a script and rewrote it like 5 or 6 times just so I could fit everything I wanted to say in 3 minutes, and recorded myself on camera with my face and everything, talking about my thoughts and opinions, making sure I followed all their instructions on what kind of background they wanted, what kind of lighting, what kind of aspect ratio and resolution and all of that. I just made sure I followed everything to the T. And the deadline was 4 p.m. of that afternoon, of that Saturday. So I did everything, and I uploaded my video onto the website, the link that they sent me, at exactly 4 p.m. And it went through. I told the lady that contacted me, I said, hey, I've uploaded the video. What I noticed on the website, though, it said that the deadline was at 3 p.m. instead of 4. Right? So I think the lady messed up and said 4 p.m. without realizing it was 3. But I did what she told me to do. And I said, when can I expect to be on the show? When is the show going to air? What day and what time? And she completely ghosted me. I got no reply ever since, and I wasn't on the show. They completely didn't include me. I suspect it's because she messed up telling me about the deadline being 3 p.m. instead of 4 p.m. So they already started editing it, and what I said was the general consensus anyway, so they didn't bother including me. But it just was so annoying that I put so much effort, unpaid effort, waste of time, into something that I was really excited about that didn't happen because someone else messed up. That was really, really, really annoying. Infuriating, I should say. So just because of that, I'm not on good terms with the BBC and Walking Dinosaurs 2025. But if they ever want me again, I'm happy to give them a second chance and treat me properly like decent people. I'm happy to do that again, unpaid and everything, just for the chance to redeem themselves. But yeah, my thoughts on the show, I don't think it was particularly good. It was okay as a generic dinosaur documentary. It was very, you could instantly tell which paleontologists advised on certain things, because a lot of things are things that paleontologists still don't agree upon, but it was passed on as fact. Certain things which aren't really fact are still very much debated on. And there were just some very odd decisions in there. Like, well, first of all, a lot of the dinosaurs were very anthropomorphized. They felt, if you don't know what that means, is that they added a lot of human or mammalian character to the dinosaurs, which shouldn't have that at all. Like the Clover, the baby Triceratops, was basically behaving like a puppy dog, which is just not, it's just not how reptiles behave. But there was one bit in particular that really stuck with me, and that was when there was a section in the episode about Albertosaurus. They were trying to explain to the viewers why Albertosaurus has short arms. So they were trying to tell us, to pass on as fact, that they had short arms so they could go and pet each other if they were feeling sad. And they cut to a scene of two CGI Albertosaurs just stroking each other on the bellies with some very suggestive facial expressions. I'm like, what the heck did I just watch? This is not a dinosaur documentary. But yeah, there was a lot of problems with pacing and stuff. It cut way too much between shots. The original Walk of the Dinosaurs was very cohesive. I loved that so much because it started with the Triassic and it ended with the death of the dinosaurs, and it was coherent CGI stories. Well, it wasn't CGI stories, real footage with CGI dinosaurs and stories that felt like a documentary, like a nature documentary. But this new one, it had 2 minutes of CGI dinosaurs and then 2 minutes of paleontologists in the field talking about certain theories, and then 2 minutes of dinosaurs CG, and then 2 minutes of paleontologists, and it was all like that. So it just felt a bit jarring like that. And another thing that I felt was cringy was the paleontologists, when they were explaining things, they weren't talking towards the camera. They were talking to another paleontologist who also worked on the same research, and they were talking to each other as if the other one didn't know what was going on. Like, oh yeah, we found this, and the other paleontologist had to act surprised when they worked on it too. It would have been much better if they were talking to the camera, to the viewers. That means that in that way the viewers would have been a lot more engaged in what they were talking about. But one of the most jarring things to me was they were pretending to dig out already prepared fossils from the ground. So you could see them going, oh, they're digging out this, look at this fossil, look, I wonder what it is. And it was a fossil with cracks in it, with filler in it, with like bright white filler and plaster already on it. Like, you're not fooling anyone. You didn't just find this. Why the TV producers so adamant about paleontologists pretending to find the fossil in front of your eyes? And it would have been just so much more enjoyable and much more serious and believable if you had a paleontologist in their research lab talking to the camera going, yes, this fossil is that, this is our theory. You know, it would have worked a lot better. But, you know, I guess that's its unique thing, its quirk, and I guess people can enjoy it for that as well. Who am I to judge? But personally, I just think that it's not really worthy of the Walking with Dinosaurs name, because it's got nothing to do with the original Walking Dinosaurs. Zero to do with Walking Dinosaurs. I just felt like that was just a way to get engagement for their new dinosaur show, to bring in people that, oh, I've heard of Walking Dinosaurs, let's see this. Yeah, that's what I thought about it. Yeah, exactly. They're scientists, not actors, Tyler. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's just odd, very odd.
What was the question? I've forgotten it now.
Oh, I did appreciate though that they were talking about the Utahraptor project, although a lot of it was a bit iffy. But a lot of it in the documentary, the way it was portrayed and stuff, was a bit iffy. But they actually brought attention to the Utahraptor project, which is very, very important, I think. What are my thoughts on Primeval? I've never watched Primeval. I watched Prehistoric Park on repeat all the time. That was my exposure to dinosaurs around that era. I think Primeval came like the year after Prehistoric Park.
But also, you were living in Italy.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
forget
of
that.
course, yeah. I was born and brought up in Italy. I only moved to the UK when I was 18.
So it
And
wasn't on Italian
yeah,
TV.
Italian TV didn't have that stuff. It was very different. English is my second language. Italian is my first language. And Italy is what I experienced when I was a child. And Primeval wasn't on Italian TV. But I did occasionally, I did every year come to England for 2 weeks, because for my grandma's birthday, and for those 2 weeks I'd stock up on DVDs and things that I wanted to watch, like Prehistoric Park. That was one that I got and just kept watching over and over. I was just so satisfied with it that I didn't think of even looking at Primeval, if that makes sense.
Brent asks, what's your favourite Hammond collection?
My favorite Hammond collection figure? I don't know. I think there's something on each figure that pisses me off equally. I think the Stegosaurus is probably my favorite for now. Let me think. I think actually the Therizinosaurus is the one that has the least issues. I think that's the one that satisfies me the most. But Stegosaurus is just much prettier than a Therizinosaur, so I think I'd go with that one. Yeah, otherwise, the Carnotaurus is pretty good. I don't have a favorite. I think for now, maybe the Stegosaurus. But they're all kind of in the same sort of... Carnotaurus, Allosaurus are about the same. I say that because I modified my Allosaurus. So I like my Allosaurus as much as I do my Carnotaurus because I modified the Allosaurus.
So it's slightly behind.
Yeah, the actual Allosaurus without the modifications is behind the Allosaurus, the Carnotaurus. But Spinosaurus is good, is very good, but it's just the things that I notice on it just really irk me, like the wide head really bothers me. The color as well, but I understand the color. Like I understand the decision with that, and I accept that. But again, looking at the head, I just look at things that I could change, really. It's just like Rebirth, isn't it? I just look at the film. As long as I turn my brain off, then I can enjoy it. But if I use the part of my brain that is critical, which is what I've been brought up to do because I went to art school and all of that, that I've been ingrained to use my critical mind, or aspect of my mind, that it's just very hard for me not to it's very hard for me to switch my brain off and not notice things like that. So for now, the Stegosaurus, yeah. For now, the Stegosaurus. And it will be my favorite once it has like a little bit of the paint blended in. And maybe opposable jaw. I think that will definitely be my favorite one. But yeah, which one is your favorite? Comment in the live chat which is your favorite Hammond collection figure? All of you.
Someone's asking for a really deep dive conversation on copyright now.
Oh,
Don't have time for
no.
that. They were like, why can you do Jurassic Park Raptors, but you couldn't do, say, the Telltale Troodon? It's like,
Well, it's just, you probably could, but it's just so much grey areas that you kind of don't want to risk certain things. You kind of have to feel these things a bit sometimes. And I don't feel comfortable doing the Troodon, but I feel more comfortable doing these for different reasons, but I'm not going to go into it because it's just so complex.
Yeah. You could literally run
I was literally going to end the stream like half an hour ago.
Navy Vader asks, if you could have one Hammond collection figure created and one removed from existence.
Oh, we got another donation. What is going on? Before you go.
You're amazing.
Oh, no. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I have no... What is going on? Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, wait. What's your name? Narwhalsaur. Thank you, man. Thank you. What is going on? What was the question?
It was Nathan saying...
Oh, yeah, Nathan.
Which figure would you... If you could have one Hammond collection figure created and one removed from existence, which would it be? I
would have the Dimetrodon removed and created maybe the if I gotta be fair, right? So if it's like the Dimetrodon, it's something small, and from that same sort of Dominion line, I'd probably add the robotic arm. Sorry, not robotic arm, the prosthetic arm Baryonyx, because Baryonyx is my favorite dinosaur. So for me, it would make sense to remove the Dimetrodon because that looked awful, and replace it with a Baryonyx. I hope that satisfies your question. Thanks, Nathy.
You're getting all the questions now. I make dinosaur figures at home with my 3D printer.
Oh, you do? That's sick. Oh, that's cool, yeah.
But I wanted to ask, what's your best advice you can give when painting?
When painting dinosaur figures. Okay, right. So, when you paint figures, you have to really study your reference material, right? If it's something that you're copying or getting inspired by, always have your reference material at hand. And before you start painting, you got to really envision and think it through properly. So say I have a picture of this raptor in front of me as reference. I look at it and I go, okay, how am I going to paint these colors? First things first, I got to identify the elements of the paintwork. This raptor has some counter shading. This raptor has some stripes over the top. This raptor has, I don't know, a different colored like eye socket to the rest of the stripes. Obviously this one doesn't, but just say maybe the Jurassic World Rebirth. Yeah, I thought you said you stopped RaptX0. I'll get the last donation. You said that 2 donations ago. Oh, thank you so much. We'll get some more treats for Mrs. then with that.
Yeah, gets all the treats.
Thanks so much. What is going on, man? Oh my goodness. Right, so anyway, I was saying, so you got to identify those aspects. Then you got to figure out how you're going to apply that paintwork, right? So in this case, looking at this, the counter shading is best applied with an airbrush because it's consistent and you can get some nice smooth transitions between the counter shading and the top color. See how smooth that transition is? Not tooting my own horn, but but that's just what airbrushes do. So yeah, identify that. You figure out how you're going to do certain things like these stripes. I could have done with an airbrush to get the transition nicely, but I don't have a nozzle small enough, so I probably use a paintbrush. So I just do that with a paintbrush. And the teeth are probably best painted with this fine paintbrush as well. Once you've identified how you're going to paint it and with what tools, you got to figure out what's best starting with. I always start with the counter shading because then I can add layers to that.
Brent just sent you a little more.
Oh, Brent as well. What is going on? A wink. I thought RaptXO was the last one. Oh, but yeah, before you do any of that, you gotta start with a base color. So this one is pigmented brown already, so I didn't have to think about a base color, but you want to add a base color. So for this, if I'm painting this like the buck, first thing to do is the base color, and that's a nice sort of green. Then I do the beige, the counter shading, and then you add layers on top. So, and then you top everything off if you want with a wash, and then once everything's dry, a dry brush. That really sort of finishes the figure off. And then you spray everything with a bit of lacquer just to make sure everything is set properly. I hope that answers your question. Any more questions before I go?
People talking about having a donation war. Please don't.
That's enough.
Stop. We're gonna cry. Please don't.
I'm gonna cry.
Thoughts on the direction of the Hammond collection?
Thoughts on the direction? I really like what they're doing with the bigger figures, but I really don't like how the small ones are lagging behind. But they're always so hit and miss. Like, oh, the Spinosaurus is actually really good, but now you have a look at the San Diego Comic-Con buck and you go, oh, that's actually not very nice. But hey, it's still the best Hammond collection T-Rex we've gotten. It's just hit and miss every time, and every time a new figure is announced, the more anxious I get, the more frustrated I get. Like these new small figures announced, like the Ornitholestes, it's just reused parts. Like the feet are from the Pyroraptor, the legs are from the Junior Rex, and maybe the head's new and maybe a bit of the body, but that's not what you do for premium figures. When you're doing a complete, like, I understand reusing the same Raptor sculpt for like Jurassic Park 1 and Jurassic Park 2 because they have the same shape, but if you're reusing different parts on a premium line, that's just not the way to go. That is just poor choices. And stick to the movie dinosaurs, man. That's what people want.
Tyler saying he wants to donate and all. Like, stop it. What do you think about the Nano Smart?
I'm just reading Brent's. You guys are amazing people. I do hope we'll get that RubberSaurs trike one day. I hope so too.
Well,
Thank
today's
you.
donations are going on the trike and the cat.
Yes.
So we'll buy silicone.
What was that question? Smart Series Nanmu.
Nanmu,
I
yeah.
don't have one. I don't have any of those. I don't really have much money. Well, I could probably get maybe a figure with the donation now. Yeah.
But that's going on the trike.
Yeah, that's going on the trike. Yeah. Money goes in for you guys. But who knows? Maybe if I get enough attention, Nanmu might send me stuff to review. Actually, maybe I should drop them an email. Actually, if you guys want me to review Nanmu stuff, comment on Nanmu stuff saying, hey, send some to Marco Makes.
Lorana just donated.
Lorana! Stop! Thank you. Tyler. Lorana! Tyler, don't donate. You said your pockets aren't deep. I understand. No one's forcing anyone to donate. So I completely get it, Tyler. Please don't donate. If you donate, I'm going to send it back.
Gonna put it in cash in your box, send it back to you.
But yeah, yeah, let's see if we could get Nanmu to send me some stuff. Yeah, because if they do, I'll be singing their praises a lot. And I think this. Are you Stop.
He wants to be the last one. Stop it! Too much.
What was I saying?
Yeah,
because I think a lot of my channel. I think if I should do more in-depth reviews of other dinosaur stuff. There isn't any Jurassic things, official Jurassic figures that I can do in-depth stuff with. But if Nanmu's willing to send me some stuff, I would be extremely happy to actually talk positively about some Jurassic figures. And I kind of wish they were official. I think Universal needs to give them the license as well, because IPs should be shared. They used to do that all the time. Loads of companies make Godzilla stuff. Loads of companies make different things, and I think Jurassic should be treated the same. Jurassic should have multiple companies working on figures, man. Yeah, because competition, Mattel needs competition. Competition breeds greatness. That's almost a quote from Hoskins, isn't it? Okay, right. I think one last question, and then we'll end the stream. How long have we been going on for?
More than 2 hours. It doesn't tell
More
me
than
anything.
2 hours. Okay, right. One last question. Make it good. Make it count.
So whoever squeezes in the last question.
One last question.
Favorite color?
Tyler says you need the license. Well, once if we actually manage to get a company running, which would be my dream job, my dream goal, then I would definitely apply. It's almost worth trying now, saying, hey, I hand makes things. I think the world needs more handmade things. I think it would be cool if small companies get the license to make handmade things, because some people want that officially. But that's never going to happen. And I'd be worried if Universal like sees my stuff and goes, actually no, we're not happy with what you're doing. We're going to close you down. So I'm not going to do that. But if we get, a company running at some point, then it'd probably be worth looking into.
There's a few questions that you can pick one out of the four.
Okay. Oh, they're all good questions, though. I'll just quickly answer all of them. Do you think the Hammond Collection Rex should be remade? Yes. I think it needs a whole new sculpt. I think the new sculpts they've done, like with the Spinosaurus, is the way to go. They traced a maquette 1-to-1. All the scale detail on that is fantastic. And the first T-Rex they made it just pales in comparison. So they should definitely remake a T-Rex from scratch with this new design philosophy they've been applying lately. That's number one done. My thoughts on Creative Beast Studio. Well, my thoughts on that company is just almost complete admiration. David Silver just sort of decided, you know what, I'm going to make a company. I'm going to sculpt all the things, and hire people to paint them and actually get stuff mass produced. That's what I want to do. I want to be like David Silver. I want to be like that, man. It's sick. That's something so cool to look in. You were the last one, though. No, Lorana didn't know.
I don't know.
I know. I've lost count.
Stop.
Could I be hired for said company? I'll work for free. Well, if I'm hiring you, I'll have to pay you, and I would feel uncomfortable if I didn't pay you. Corey's saying, "Stop it." But yeah, Creative Beast stuff is really cool. I'm not sure if it's perfect, because nothing really is really perfect. I know some people have some issues with them, but from my experience, from what I have, it looks great. And I love the sculpts. Really, really nice. What was the next question after that one? Creative Beast. Oh, thoughts about the Hammond Collection Brachiosaurus. I don't have it, so I can't really.
Venom just gave $50.
What?
What is going on with this stream?
Ben. Okay, I think I might have to end the stream then. Like now. Benham77. Thank you. Too kind. I don't know what to say.
This stream's nuts.
Buy your own what? That's mad. Thank you. I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. Thank you. You too kind.
I was the one who complained and compared you to Mattel about the stocking.
Oh.
So he's apologizing.
Oh, you don't need to send money to apologize. No, please don't.
Do
It's fine. Don't. You weren't the only one, by the way. I've had more people say that. So don't feel bad about that. Really, please don't. I can send you the money back, man. I don't feel good about you giving me money to apologize. I appreciate it, but I'm happy to send it back if you would rather. Just let me know and I'll send it back. Hammond collection Brachiosaurus. Let's get back to that before I don't have it, so I can't really say too much about it. I just didn't get it because I already have the legacy one, and I'm really happy with that one. So that's why I didn't get the Hammond collection one. Also, it's really expensive, and I don't think spending that much money on something I already have but a bit more posable, if it's that big, that means that if I did get the Hammond collection Brachiosaur, I would have to get rid of my legacy one because we don't have space. And I'd rather keep this one because I really like it. I think we should stop.
Yeah. Because I don't trust you, so.
Is this the most donations you've gotten on a stream? Yes,
By
Brent,
a lot.
by far. I've never had donations except for maybe 2, 3 maximum.
No, you've had a couple from like Brent and other people that donate like $2 or whatever. But
Yeah.
I think the most
In
we
one
ever
stream,
got
like
was
2 or 3.
$20 maybe at max.
Yeah. I'm talking about actual donation, not like
just
money
noticed.
amount, but like
Yeah.
amount of donations in one go. This has been mad, and I seriously appreciate everything. I just can't tell you how humbled I am by all of this. I just don't feel like I deserve it, because you've just been too generous. If I was a billionaire, I would literally make all of this stuff for free for everyone. I just put it up online and just give it to people. But I can't. But I would if I could. Man. Ugh. Or I would just hire people and pay them to make them, and I wouldn't want anything from it, you know. I just wish I could repay all of you guys generosity one day. And with that, I'm gonna end the stream. I said I was gonna end the stream.
There was one last question. It's the only question I'll allow. And
Okay.
it is, will you stream again?
Yes, I'll stream again. I'll stream again at some point. But don't take that as a chance to donate again. That's way too much. All right, I'm gonna end it now. Thanks again so much for everything, everyone. I already thanked you enough, but I can't thank you enough, really. It's been an absolute privilege sharing some time with you people. What?
Jesus.
No, alright, no. Bye. Send me a message, Raptor. EXO. Send me a message on Instagram. Thanks so much, everyone. Thank you. Behave yourselves, yeah. Thanks again.